AskReddit by Willie Bob Thornton. What's a positive example of boys will be boys? Digging a hole at the beach that everyone joins in on. Digging a hole anywhere. We used to dig trenches in the woods at recess. My boyfriend's little brother and his friend got stuck in a tree because they were trying to see who could get the highest. Same thing happened to me and a friend once, except it was a couch, not a tree. Finding the perfect stick. Okay, so I'm a mum to a toddler boy and I'm just learning about the whole stick thing. He has a good stick which he takes on his way to nursery and I have to bring back home and keep safe. Then there's another good stick for going to the playground, and one for pretending to do karate. TBF, they are all very good sticks, so I totally get where he is coming from. Kept hearing loud smashing noises outside my window followed by delighted, sports game type screams. I went to see WTF was going on and the frat house across the street has set up lawn chairs across from a house being demolished. Every time the demolition crew got a big chunk smashed, the guys would jump out of their chairs screaming and clapping. The demolition crew looked fucking delighted by the attention and the guys stayed there watching and cheering until the whole house was torn down. Genuinely one of my favorite college memories, LMAO. I have a home daycare and the last year it's been mostly boys. Last June I set up the splash pool on the front lawn on the day that 3 driveways on our street happened to be getting paved. I gave up on the water toys and just put little lawn chairs out and the kids spent the entire morning lined up by the road just watching the driveways get done. They even ate lunch like that. Any boy in the room will stop at nothing to open a jar. I swear, son, I swear, ain't no jar gonna best me. Forget about swords and stones, I ain't gonna be outdone by a little chunk of glass and its metal disc. I fear no jar. I live in the south, and whenever we get a big snowstorm, there's always a group of guys in lifted jeeps with winches who drive around looking for cars to get unstuck. Can I wait for a guy with a Land Cruiser instead of a jeep? My 48-year-old dad and his boys are watching Shrek on Netflix party and arguing about who is the shriekiest. The imagery alone has me smiling. Recently I watched a group of boys use another boy as a jump rope. Jump rope boy was having the time of his life. You can't have fun without tempting natural selection at least a little. When we all throw rocks into the water to make big splashes. Or just having pockets full of cool rocks. Picking up heavy stuff for old people. In a similar vein IDK, one of my absolute favorite things is when a little old lady at the grocery store asks me to get something from up high. Makes my whole day. In the 8th grade, while on a week-long school camp trip to a mountain resort, the boys and girls were put in separate cabins. At around 11 PM our teacher came to say goodnight and check on us. He walked in on us in the midst of duct taping a volunteer to the ceiling beams, all of us in our boxers, for some reason, and cackling wildly at our success. We wanted to see if the tape would hold him, and it did. Our teacher, who had just come from disarming a very heated and dramatic conflict in the girls' cabin, just cocked his head, asked the volunteer if he was okay, then told us to remember to cut him down before bedtime and left us to our chicanery. The camaraderie and high-fiving from that day is still with me 20 years later. Boys will be boys. Man, your childhood sounds rife with fun and the tempting of natural selection. I'm late to the party but my boyfriend and his friends have this game where they compete to see how many people a year they can pull out of ditches, snow, mud, etc. The rule is they have to take a picture or it doesn't count. Big rock near water must go in the water. Never, ever go to Lake Superior. One time two boys argued over which one was gonna give me their jacket cause I was cold. I wore both. That's power. One time when I was young, my friend and I got into a fist fight. After, I went home crying to my dad and I thought I was about to get yelled at. Instead he said, "That's okay, sometimes boys fight." He then had me call my friend and apologize, and emphasize that while it's not good to fight, he understood I felt bad and that's not how we deal with our problems. But he also understood that I was a child and sometimes we can become aggressive, and the way to react to it wasn't to become angry at me. I never got into a fight again. Edit, cool, not calm. I wish I had your dad as my dad, but I'm a dad now to 5 and 3-year-old sons and I promise to teach this lesson. That recent video of the lad giving his pad a pep talk on the rugby field about getting back onto the pitch made me think of how brilliant boys are at G'ing each other up. And X200B. https://www.youtube.com/watch?venSBSG-mydjq right square bracket open bracket https://www.youtube.com watch v equals nsbsg myjq. Thank you for that. Ever seen that post where people give their examples of the Ada Lemon line "I love the way men love"? It's here. https://redacted-credit.tumblr.com/post/676841919681320/YOU-no-that-where-limp%c3%b3 and -po-im-where-I close bracket some of it is almost heartbreaking, and we all know guys like this. My wife is legally blind. She's albino. The muscles that give your eyes their color also are what focus your vision, and so has trouble reading subtitles, museum zoo etc plaques, and signs. When we go out I read them for her. It's become second nature after being together for over 15 years. My 2-year-old son laughs when he farts or someone else farts. We didn't teach him that. I mean, farts are funny. Boys helping each other through tough times by doing actives with their friends. They don't have to even talk about the issue. It can be a way to help them decompress and take their mind off of it. Boys will be boys when they are playing sports, fishing, gaming, playing cards, or whatever it is they're doing that's helping one another. My friend was going through shit and wanted to go on a difficult 17-mile hike. Our third friend was running late, so we started late and had to power through the step parts. What did you guys talk about, my wife? IDK, the hike, and aliens. But what about the other stuff? Never came up. Growing up with a brother as guy getting into all-out fist fights and then acting like nothing happened when we talk about the X-Men 15 minutes later. The thing I'm most proud of about us guys, or at least the ones I know, is that no matter how mad we get at each other, how much of a screaming match we get into, when you wake up the next day it's back to normal. No one usually mentions it, but we all know they didn't mean it and we all know they regret it. We're friends and we're sure as hell gonna stay that way. Carry all the grocery bags in at once. One trip or die trying. There was a post that reached our all the other day of a bunch of boys sitting around in a circle, bottle flipping and just getting more and more hyped as each of them managed it in succession. I have another video of a bunch of boys who found a dead pigeon and start doing Fortnite dances around it in a circle. No reason, just one of them found a dead pigeon and started dancing and the others joined in. At one point there were 8 schoolboys flossing around this pigeon corpse. Boys do stupid things for no reason, and other boys join in because it's something to do. As long as nobody gets hurt, seriously, it's just something to do. That video on Reddit of the 2 lads shuffling driveways for 20 quid. Or why no, that one. It's so wholesome. When the local church function has finished and they need help putting away all the chairs, so you try to take 4 chairs on each arm to try to impress someone. It's all about trying to impress yourself. Men need to be reminded that they can. Bring their mom flowers they pick from her garden cause they think it'll be what she likes even though they don't know they just took her hard work out of the ground. Little boys and their mothers. My late wife woke up to a birthday sandwich composed of 2 slices of bread, peanut butter, green spray food coloring and a maraschino cherry. With 2 little boys patiently waiting for her to take a bite. Singing the Halo theme inside the toilets like a choir at school cause the acoustics are perfect. Did this in a nightclub once. Some guys outside heard it and came in just to join without needing to actually use the bathroom lol. Dressing as Daenerys Targaryen for Halloween because he lost a hockey bet and his best friend wanted to be Khal Drogo. Source: this happened to my buddy a few years ago. Legends. Chilling with each other whilst being stupid harmless at the same time. What did you guys do? Nothing. It was great. Well, what did you talk about at least? Also nothing. Also great. Throwing a rock into water. Poking a campfire with a stick. Riding a bike into a wall at full speed. Getting hurt. Getting back on bike and doing it again. Like the time Mac and Charlie faked their death by driving Dee's car into the wall, then exploding it with a grenade. 4 grandkids between 5 and 7. 2 girls and 2 boys, 30-gallon fish tank in my living.